What is therapy? Usually you have to spend hours to understand that the dog died and this is your trauma. This is why you're like sad now about something, right? And you have to spend and dig and ask, and it's not easy. There is no need to sit with the person for like 10 sessions. We know the problem. We just need 3 sessions to fix that.
Welcome everyone to the Diaries. Today we're joined graciously by Yulia Malova. She is the head of business development at Milan, which, as you know, is part of IC, and she is a budding and I think now very well-established numerologist in Dubai. Thank you so much for being on today.
Thank you for having me here. Yes, I'm very happy to be here again. Again.
How do you ground that in proof? Like, I saw your quotes, right? Very cool. And they also get one-on-one coaching and you have like sessions and everything. Amazing. But then beyond the quotes, how do they practice that? Like, if they study numerology, how is that? Are they going to start teaching it as well? Are they going to start practicing it? How does it?
Look, don't look at my products and my marketing. It's a bit, yeah, it's not like really what I want now. I'm going to start working with a marketing person next month. Hopefully she's going to help me because I need help about delegation, talking about delegation, because all the websites I created myself as well, you know, on Lovable, you know. It's good to be in tech all these years because you know like how to
At least the foundation of your business, if you set it up, then you know how to direct people.
Yeah. So look, I wanted first to teach that, but I realized like it's not something that's gonna drive me like for a long time. It's good. I can record something and I record it and teach people who are interested, and then they can also do this professionally or like, you know, just for themselves, like if they want to manipulate people, right? But
you should write a book.
Yeah, they said this as well. But I want to make like a transformational programs after, you know, to unite psychology with this, because in Dubai particularly, all my clients, they never wanted to study numerology, but they always wanted to transform their lives through what I do. So they treat it more as coaching, you know, they come to my sessions and then it's mentorship and they like, just, it's like a therapy even.
So it's almost as if like your lifestyle coach, you guide them through their life.
And therapy, a lot of therapy.
When you say therapy, like I would imagine you study numerology, you study science and understanding of spirituality.
Yeah.
And someone comes to you and says, when I was 7 years old, my dog died and I'm sad. Like, how does that work? Because that's therapy, that's from.
No, I'll tell you how it works. When they come and they ask about a session, I'm telling them like, what is therapy? Usually you have to spend hours to understand that the dog died and this is your trauma. This is why you're like sad now about something, right? And you have to spend and dig and ask, and it's not easy. But when I take your full date of birth and I see all 35 numbers, there are many of them. When I see them, I can tell you there's something not about dog died, but there's something like traumatic about this. And then there's no need to sit with the person for like 10 sessions. We know the problem. We just need 3 sessions to fix that. Then, of course, for example, usually they come to me about career and money. And then, of course, after like 3 times, okay, we fixed that. She changed career. I have many cases like that, like a girl who was in sales, then she went into TV hosting. And then she's like, now let's fix the relationship. So it's like that the therapy comes when I indicate the problem with numerology. I find it with numerology. But then, yeah, of course, I heal not with numerology. I heal with therapy.
Like, let's say this example of my dog died when I was 7. Is there like a proper chart? This is what I've heard, that there's a chart since birth up until, I think, when you're 40.
But it's not a prediction chart, you know, it's more like, what example to give you? Like relationship is the topic, which is the easiest to show it. So, for example, like she always meets abusive partners and she doesn't know what's from her childhood is causing that, right? And we see the number that like even karmic number says like her soul is an abusive soul, for example, you know, she was, if we believe in past lives, if we don't, it doesn't matter, but the karma has in her karma, she has the experience that she is like aggressive. She has suppressed anger. She, as a child, maybe her schoolmates were doing stuff like bullying her. She forgot. She doesn't remember. She's like 40 now, you know? She doesn't remember that. But because of this suppressing, now it's coming back at her. So that's how we work, you know? We see like what's the program she has. We have to unlock her anger, her aggression. We have to pull it out. And then it's gone. Like she can't meet these partners anymore. She's not going to attract it. So there are many numbers. There is like a karmic programs, which everyone has. Again, I do deal with different people, and not everyone believes in past lives, which is fine, but everyone believes that like soul does have some experience, some baggage, and there is something about the soul, right? Soul has something. So this is the karma. So this is something about the soul, which you come initially. In the childhood, usually we see how these numbers play, the karmic ones. So like I said, if they are abusive, maybe your father is going to be abusive, stuff like that.
These 35 numbers, yeah. 35.
Yeah.
So what are these 35 numbers? For me, I have a birthday, which is my month, day, and the year.
Yeah. Then there are calculations. It's mathematics.
And does it depend on the time you do?
No, numerology does not rely on that. Astrology does. These numbers initially were created by Pythagoras.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's his theorem or numerology?
He created numerology initially, Pythagoras, when he was doing the music theory and all of that. He created, there is like a very basic numerology which is called square of Pythagoras, which calculates your life programs.
But I would assume that was the foundation. When we say numerology in Pythagoras, you mean mathematics. When you say numerology today, it means spirituality with that.
Yeah, together.
So actually, let's start with that, because treat me as a child. I have no idea. Explain to me what numerology actually is.
Yeah.
And, how it could affect my person.
So basically, this is a very, very like ancient studies, which combines mathematics, numbers, and spirituality. The first person who created it, as I said, was Pythagoras, because he was noticing there is a correlation between numbers. How he came to mathematics, right? He was like noticing some correlation between everything. And then he created his own systems, what each number is. And then like, what's today's numerology? Look around yourself. What is around you every day? Car plate, mobile number, date of birth. What else? Like, I don't know. Everything is numbers. You understand? Everything. Time is numbers. So everything around you is number. And today's numerology is talking about the matrix. Like everyone calls this world illusion, matrix. So this matrix should have some laws, right? And the laws can be decoded through numbers, because everything is numbers. How many years you live, when you do this, so everything is numbers. How else there are many methods, of course, which can describe the life, right? Including like other spiritual studies, like astrology, including religions, of course, right? By the way, I want to share it with you because I read all the spiritual books. I read all like Torah, Quran, Bibles, and because I was curious, how is it going against it? Is it like this? Because we're taught, like I'm born Christian, right? So I'm taught that this is a bad thing. You shouldn't do that. But then I was like, but it's helping me, and it's helping people around me to understand why I'm so emotional and crying and I hate to delegate, and then I was like, no, it doesn't. The thing that even in these books, everything described that you can't predict the future using these methods. But no one is telling you to not to use it to understand yourself. You get it? So today's numerology is just describing the person, the world, even the countries, the politics, the history through the numbers, because everything is matrix.
So, for example, when you read the Torah or the Quran, right?
Yeah.
Did you find links inside?
I did.
Within religion, that numerology to an extent can relate to it, or are you saying it's a separate outside?
It's not separate, and it's usually perceived by the people that it's some bad thing and honestly, I always say to my clients on Instagram that I'm against predictions myself, because I don't want this method, I'm a psychologist, right? So I don't want you to program yourself. if you see something in these numbers, you know what, like tomorrow is a bad day, you're going to get in a car crash. You see that in the numbers and you're going to think of this, right? Well, I should stay home. I should stay home. It's not good for you. It's not good. So the today's numerology that I use, it's basically psychology using the archetypes based on numbers. That's how I describe it. It's a psychology method which describes people through the archetypes of their numbers. That's it.
Yeah, I can see that. And like everyone has a belief system. Right? Everyone believes in certain things. And numerology to help you understand your own belief system or to grow on it. That makes sense. Then how did you personally get into it? Because, from this career, you studied linguistics, you went from sales to corporate development, head of business development. How did you stumble upon numerology?
Very interesting. When I was young, my mom got me a book of astrology, to study like all these years, the year of dog, the year of like dragon. Yeah. And then the zodiac signs, I'm like, oh, I'm Aries. What does it mean? Oh, I'm stubborn, that's true. So I was just super curious to learn that. And then I was more curious. It's not about like astrology or numerology. I was always curious into personal development. How can I know myself more? Because I always felt an outsider, in my own city, in my own family, everywhere. I felt like an outsider. So I didn't understand why I'm so ambitious. Why I don't want to live in a small town in Russia. Why I want to study English and fly to America. Like, why? What's wrong with me? That led me to all these methods. I used everything to understand myself. And numerology is just the fastest way. I figured that out based on studying all of them.
And do you have tangible, you point out to like, oh, I figured this out and I saw the results of it in 2 months. Like tangible situations where you...
Yeah. So for example, actually, let's start even with sales. So back then I was more focused on astrology, and I was like, when you're 17, 18, you don't know which career to pursue, right? And your parents tell you one thing, school tells you another thing, society another. And I was like, what should I do? And I went to linguistics because I didn't follow actually my astrology, my natal chart. I followed what people were saying, like, But then after a few years, I was studying, and I realized I'm actually good into something like commercial marketing, all of that. And then I was like, let me try. Back then I was teaching English to Russian students in a camp, imagine. And I was, let me try. Immediately within 1 month, I got a sales job. Within 6 months, I became a team lead. I'm 21, imagine, 21. Everything is fast. And then my numbers, they also speak that I need to work with different countries, and to travel. I always felt that. Then they sent me to New York immediately. Like, it's all like within seconds. So what I'm trying to say, this results when you know what to invest in, what to put your effort in, and this is your power, this is your strength. It grows like 10 times faster. Social media. My career number, my money number is related to social media and to media. That's why I was telling you, I had 1,000 followers. Miu messages me organically, like, can you come to our pop-up? And they paid me quite a lot, for that. How? Because I was investing in something which is mine. Like I have clients examples, when, for example, some of my clients and even friends, when I was just talking to a lady, she is a finance director right now, last 10 years, okay? But she always felt unhappy, always. And she always knew that she wanted to study psychology. Her numbers say she is a psychologist. She felt it from childhood, but she went against it because she wanted to do what her parents told her. But we always feel, it's not something that someone is telling you. We always feel that.
So just looking, because I loved your story where you said, once you got into marketing, it was directly aligned with the numbers. Yeah. Can you talk to me about yourself? What were these numbers? Like, what are your numbers and how are they? I'm assuming it says that if you're a certain number, you have to be creative.
There are like 5 main numbers, 5. There are 35 in general, but 5 main ones. Your day, your month, your year, your life path, which is the combination of them all, And there is one more, which is the next one, which is the combination of them all. So it's a lot of math, you need to calculate. So each one has a meaning. So your year and other codes under the year, together with your day, can tell you about your career. So that's what I'm saying. So my code for career is 6, and I'm 19. Together, they mean marketing and sales.
And explain to me the concept of money codes and how does that impact? How does someone use that to strengthen their career?
Yeah. As I said, there was the most popular request because everyone wants money. Not even relationship money.
In the city you're in, of course.
No, it's everywhere, everywhere. Like every message I get, money, career, nothing else. Maybe the city, because also like I have American clients and America is also about money, maybe. But so the money code is the concept that your date of birth has, as I said, 5 main ones, 35 total codes. There are 6 + 1 money codes. And knowing the meaning of them, getting the understanding and combining, which is the most difficult part about numerology. It's not understanding, oh, you're 8, this is this. But combining that you have 8, you have 2, you have 3, what does this mean? This is the most difficult part. So the combination of them all gives us the complete picture of your career. Complete. Which career is going to bring you money? Which industries?
Something interesting that you said is even countries now, numbers.
Yeah.
And you mentioned America being all in one, Dubai being all in. Does this also have to do with the numbers that are technically assigned to the countries? Have you ever looked into that?
Yeah, because there are like different schools of numerology, and one of them is basically based on the alphabet, different alphabets, right? There are many alphabets. And based on the alphabet, every letter has the number as well. So Dubai is, by the way, number 1, obviously, no doubt. So it does have a meaning. Like, for example, if I am born on the 2nd, will I be comfortable with Dubai? Because Dubai is like 1, wants to be 1, super fast paced, blah, 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 all of this, right? So a lot of numerologists and astrologers, they also use numbers to predict things for politics, for, everything what's happening. You can, but I just don't use it. But yes, you can. Many schools who use alphabets and cities and the countries as numbers.
Just to follow up on that, based on that, did you then for yourself use those numbers to move to certain countries, and has that worked well?
As I said, I don't like to predict and try to be that. So even about compatibility, I'm very careful, but I always do it after. So, for example, once I moved to the US, I check like, oh, is it good for me? Is it like really like something that I want? Okay. And Dubai was magic for me, it was magic. And I didn't understand. And then I looked, it's 1, right? And I'm 1. That's why. So we're like the same energy.
Yeah.
Interesting. Did you do this with your fiance?
Did I do what?
Did you check with your fiance?
Of course, with every single person I ever dated, of course. And sometimes I'll tell you a stupid example. Sometimes even when I know that the numbers are bad, we're all humans after all. So that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, like even if I know, what, he's going to betray me. He's going to do something bad. That happened with me. He betrayed me and it happened with me. But I was still like, no.
I would think things like betrayal, it's a human trait. I wouldn't really assign that because he's assigned a certain number that he's going to do.
It's a compatibility number. So it's a program which belongs to 2 people. So there is a chance each number has this traits like a positive and negative. So one of the cases, like one of the things that this compatibility can do is go into a positive direction or a negative. So you need to understand the risks. So there was a risk which I tried to, like, I didn't see that. I avoided, like I knew, but I still continued.
The hard ones were.
Yeah. It's a journey for everyone still.
But I'm sure there are like a billion people born on.
Why they're not rich?
Exactly.
Because, first of all, there are 35 codes. Second of all, they just didn't use the energy given to them. Like I told you the example, I found out I'm sales and marketing, and then I found out I'm going to have luck in social media. What did I do? I went to social media. Then I started getting my luck, you know? But some of the people, even what the people I meet, I tell them, you're a star, you have to be this. They don't do anything. You understand?
Okay, and then explain one thing. Sorry.
Yeah,
Explain something. The numbers cannot be in flux. They cannot keep changing, right? Because your number is your number.
No, they're not changing.
So when you found out about sales and marketing, and when you knew about the US, also knew about social media.
I knew, but I was like, I don't want to go to social media. I don't want to show my face. Yeah, I had so many fears. It's not about I didn't know. I always knew. I was just like, I'm scared. I don't want to post. What if these people see me? You know, stuff like that.
I just want to build on your example. I'm thinking in dynamics and corporate. Let's say you have 5 people working on it.
Mm-hmm.
One of them will, like yourself, will do extremely well on social media. Does that affect the other?
Affect in what way?
Like, let's say there are 4 people handling a social media. And if one is meant to do really well with social media, does it mean that the whole team would collectively do well? Does it affect the other people? How does that work?
It depends. It's if this person has this energy to do good at this particular field, he's gonna do good, and his team is gonna do good because he has good results, you know. But it's not gonna affect a person. Let's say in his team there's someone who's supposed to be a teacher, not a social media expert. So this person can still do, but can do average, you know, because he's not in what he has to do.
Because you have so many clients, I'm not sure, here in the US, sure, elsewhere as well. Are there common misconceptions about numerology? Or actually, you know what I'd like to know? Common, because a lot of people are superstitious, right? Like culture here, culture in India, culture in the Afghanistan, culture. Everyone has superstitions. Are there superstitions you had to unlock, break through, and explain to people that it's not like this attached to?
Yeah, a lot. Because I initially studied the numerology the way I show it, you know, as a psychology based on numbers.
How did you study it? Is it a book? Was it online?
There are many schools in Russia. It's a very popular thing. And why? There is a trend in personal development, which has been there for like the last maybe 15 years. So the marketing for such industries, it's crazy. You will be shocked. Like every single person, if you meet a Russian right now and you ask if he ever visited an astrologer or numerologist, everyone will say yes. Everyone. So there is like a common marketing going on there. So I studied in many schools. And I took a American course as well, just to see, you know, now I'm just like checking what's there. Yeah. I never actually took any Indian course, but I want to, because a lot of misconceptions are coming from there, as I shared already with you, that people think that, you know what, this is the biggest misconception. I just remembered. Sometimes people write to me, if I change my name, will I like get lucky? Because this is what's happening a lot in India. They go to numerologists, first of all, to set up with partners, like, you know, the couples. And change names to become rich. I always roll my eyes because I'm like, no, it's not going to work this way. I'm sorry to ruin it for you. Because as I told you, I treat it as a personal development. You take this information, but you work on it. It's not magic. It's not the pill you take and it's done. Social media example with me, right? I knew, but I didn't take this pill. I didn't do anything, right? Magic didn't happen until I opened my Instagram page, started posting. Then magic happened.
This is quite a genuine conversation. It's very, because now I understand the perspective. So tell me then, maybe perhaps for the benefit of the audience, what are some daily numerological practices that people should
daily?
basic stuff that you should learn.
I do have clients where we do psychological exercises, but it's not about that. It's mostly about like breaking negative beliefs, what to do, like journal something. It's not related to numerology, but for what people should know is at least their date, their months, and their year. What is behind it, What is behind that? There is one more thing, which I just told you, like, I don't support that, but a lot of people ask me that, even after like similar conversations, like, oh, which 2025? What is it gonna bring me? Yeah. And sometimes I say like, okay, so you have to focus on that. That's it. Like literally the friend I told you about before, like who is asking me, oh, this guy's what, this guy's what. She, from the beginning of the year, she's like, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to make a lot of money. I'm going to go to get a new job. I was like, yeah, go play with it. But at the end of the year, like you're going to be focused on relationship just because this is your energy. So, and now she realized that and she changed the focus, and it, boom, a lot of things happened there. So I would say those are two main things which you can use, like your 3 codes and the trend just for your, like, for your benefit, but that's it.
I just want to understand better. So, when you said I'm one with these ambitions, I want to be 1 to 9. What is
okay? Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. That's cool. Actually, I count in my methods from 1 to 22, but let's do from 1 to 9.
What do you mean? What to think?
Yeah, there are different methods, and my method is like
working days.
Sorry.
No, I mean you exclude the weekends of the month.
No, it's actually it's based on the karmic numbers. That's it. That's the only reason why it's up to 22, because 16 is slightly different from 7. And 17, which I told you about, is a little bit different from 8, but still the same.
I was so lost.
No, so she's saying like 7 plus 1 is 8, but 17 is the...
Oh.
Little bit. It's the base. Yeah.
What about 26?
It's 8. It's just 8. It's just 8 because 2 plus 6, right? So it's just math. So 1 to 9. So... the archetypes, the main archetypes are from 1 to 9, right? Even if you're born on, like me, I'm 19, but I told you I'm 1 because 1 plus 9, what? 1. 10. 1 plus 9, it's 1. It's 10, which is 1. 1 digit. So as I said, 1 are leaders, right? Like born leaders who need to manage, who need to create, by the way, not only leaders, but also visionaries who see and create ideas, which no one does. Example, I don't know if you know the founder of Telegram, Pavel Durov. He's one of them. Like, so example, because he always sees things which, this is the example of one. He creates ideas which no one created before, stuff like that. 2, I told you, like example, mama personality. 2 are very careful, like they're caring a lot. Everyone with code 2. Family oriented.
2 would be 2 and then
11, 20, 29.
29.
Also 29, 2 plus 9 is going to be 11. 11, it's a 2. No, so 2, it's almost opposite of 1 in terms of they need partnership and collaboration. So they're not going to strive in the environment when they're like alone, independent. 1 can be independent, no problem. Leader, boss, no problem. 2 needs someone, always. They're usually focused on close connections. They need like family, close friends, all of this. The biggest disadvantage of this code is they can be codependent on what others think, what others do, stuff like that. I have like a lot of friends born on 3, 21, 12. Yeah, but it's so hard to deal with them sometimes because they're very like, as I said, like perfectionists, have their opinion and no one can move this opinion, like these people are, by the way, yeah. Yeah, they're very stubborn, but they're very creative, very artistic. They have to be in front of camera, 100%. This is the people who need to be in front of camera. 3, 100%. Okay, so 4, it's, as I said, king, right? By the way, so 3 is good for women naturally. 4 is good for men naturally. But both of them should switch. They should embrace the opposite energies, right? So 4, by the way, 3 is a drama queen as well. Yeah, so 4 is opposite, right? So 3 has lots of emotions. 4 suppresses a lot of emotions. And but super controlling, super like like everything detail oriented. Everything should be like this, you know? So very difficult for a woman to be 4.
How is she switch? Isn't she like a 4?
No, it's very similar energies. It's very similar energies, and they need to basically someone who is 4 needs to open up emotionally, stop controlling, embrace the energy of 3. This is just an example what to do. But what I'm saying is this is 4 are always the best executors of everything. If you need to tell them like do these tasks. In my team, by the way, all the operation people who worked in operations 4, all.
So do you get to say, like HR practices, you're like hire this person, don't hire this person?
I don't do that, but they ask sometimes. Yeah, I don't do that much, but I can tell, for example, that for operations, you need to hire 4. For leadership, you need to hire 1, right? For social media, 3, better. So yeah, stuff like that.
Fine.
Teachers, mentors of life, very, they want new experiences all the time, very chaotic people, can't focus on one thing, grasping everything at once, like everything, want to study this, have very chaotic schedules, need to learn to focus. Amazing teachers, because they grasp a lot of information. If they combine it, they have the knowledge no one else does. You understand?
That's why they're on spokesperson.
Yes. So it's also a code of like finance. So if you tell me someone who needs to work in finance should be 4, 5, ideally. For sales and marketing, 5 and 6 are really good. So 5 is also good because 5 is a code of a lot of communication code. So communicating with a lot of people, quite extroverted most of the time, but depends. Yeah.
My mom is 5. Very well.
Donald Trump is 5. Just for you to understand the code 5.
He's a teacher for that. He's a very good of life. So
yeah, very. So the maturity comes from code 5 and 9 most of the time. The rest are immature. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, but yeah.
6.
Oh, beauty queens. Another gay code. I'm kidding. No, but another drama code because the most emotional are them 3 and 6. Loves the beauty, best designers, architects who, need to draw, see every single model you will see in the top model list also will have something related to 6. Marilyn Monroe was 6. So you understand this is the type, like beauty, create beauty, be the beauty, and sales here as well, because you can sell anything. Again, communication talent. The minus energy of this code is manipulators, best manipulators, and too emotional. Emotional in the sense of like, it's not drama as 3, it's more of like, seducing energy, to manipulate, like from like you can't expect this, and then men with this energy, very hard to deal with. But professionally, as I said, they're good on social media, design, architects, all of this, anything related to beauty, sales, that stuff.
So they're also like a 2, which is very emotionally driven.
No,
Is that different?
It's different type of emotions. It's very different. 6 is not gonna be showing emotions a lot, but it's gonna be very emotional inside and gonna play out emotions. So that's why for artistic jobs, it's always 3 and 6, because 6 can do like very good, acting jobs, because I told you they are manipulators, so they can play the emotions.
But that comes with a lot of drama.
Not necessarily. Sometimes they don't put it out. If they use it, like, for example, 6 will put drama if they don't do any artistic hobby. You understand? Same with 3. If they don't do like camera, like work.
So you need an outlet.
Yeah. Because you have like the emotions, you need to do something with it. 7 is a very amazing code because, by the way, it comes a lot in religions. 7 skies and stuff. Very spiritual code, balancing material and spiritual. People born on 7 usually flying in the clouds all the time. Hello, yeah, all the time. Or complete opposite. So they have 2 opposite extremes. Either they go fly in the cloud and be very like spiritual, and like, oh, I don't know, like always like trying to understand, and they're not gonna do any work. They're not gonna. It's one extreme. The other extreme is my president of Russia, 7th, who's gonna go. It's a warrior code, so they're gonna be very grounded. Let's work. Let's fight. Let's do this. So, but there is no middle ground, and they usually don't understand themselves. Like very clearly, this is their issue. They need to understand themselves. They need to balance. This is their key thing.
Then how do they understand themselves? Like just like
uniting both. They need to work on the grounded side with their emotions because they have a lot of suppressed anger, and on the spiritual side. So they need to be open for both, for transformational, life. Because if they go just to material, something's going to happen to them all the time. It's different. It's like actually all my students who came to study with me were 7, all, because they're always interested in spirituality, but they go to these extremes, so either they go too much in spirituality and then you can't even wake them up. Hello, today is Friday. Like, yeah, two different things.
8.
And 7, by the way, politics, amazing politics. Yeah, amazing. Diplomats 2, politics 7. 8, I told you, money code. See money, see. But there is a problem with 8. I have a lot of clients 8. Oh, a lot. These people are very, very strong. Workaholics, can give everything. They don't care about emotions, by the way. Like 6, 2, they don't care much. Like if someone is emotional, they don't understand. Like, why are you drama queen today? I don't understand. Let's work. Let's go get to work. The thing with 8, they are either rich or broke. Their mentality is always like, the problem with 8 is negative thinking. So if they come into this cycle that they start thinking negatively, they can't get out. They can get out and they will go to this broke side. And then they're like, what money code? I'm broke, stuff like that. And workaholics, suppressing emotions, never rest. This is the problem. So they have to work on that, on opening up emotionally. This is why the best compatibility for 8 is 3. So the best friend of 8 is 3. Because they help. They help. So they really help. And 8 needs to rest, needs to balance life as well, but in terms of rest and work. Otherwise, you're draining yourself and going into negative side. But if you find this balance, you see money everywhere. You know what, for example, why 8 is number 1 in Forbes list? Why? Because for example, why my CEO, I'm kidding, is 8. And I know that he's going to take Alan to the skies. Why? Because he knows where to get the investment, where to invest the time and where to put the team. 8 feels this. 8 feels how to make money. And the mission of 8 is to create big companies, like jobs for others. 9, very interesting code, very spiritual, but there is there any 9 here? No? Okay. Of course, actually. 9 is scared to be in front of camera, scared to do anything publicly, scared of people. Of course, there's no 9.
One of my best friends, this stand-up comedian, Zaitri.
Actors, 18. Actors, always, not 9, 18 specifically. But look, 9 has a goal. They need to fight this fear and go out there, post on social media, but they're usually very scared. They are very close people, even if he is a comedian, I'm 100% sure he likes to stay home, not talk to people. Sometimes, yeah, because there is a word for 9. It's called hermit. Like, they close in the cave. they're very introverted. So even if they go out there, they need to balance this, their time and time with people. Very spiritual, very mature, very wise people. The most wise people you've ever gonna meet. They're gonna teach you like about life, just like 5, I told you, 5 and 9. They just know the answers if they're aligned with themselves, of course. And 9 also, they need to learn to show who they are because they are so bad at it. They'd rather hide, most of them. Actually, they're good mentors as well, just like 5. But 5 can be on a stage as a professor. 9 will be super scared.
I keep projecting us to all the levels. I will not go to 22.
Yeah. It's much more to this. I'm just talking generically, but yeah.
Let's talk this. I feel like we work quite a bit with numerology and each other. How has it been for you developing this practice? Because it's entrepreneurship at the end of the day, right? Like setting up your name, your brand, a practice where you can teach people and paying forward goodness, goodwill. So how has that been for you in the US?
Actually difficult just because we were talking with all of you now, because when you have like a job as well, it's not easy because it requires full commitment, you know. It's not only about social media, it's also about like when I have sessions, I give so much, you know, when I communicate, it's
drains you.
It drains. And then I'm sales, right? So I still talk to people again. So it does drain me a lot. And sometimes on the weekend, I'm just like, I become 9, even though I'm not 9. Like, it's very hard, but it gives a sense of life, a mission, you know. Even if I'm tired after some like work, I know that, wow, like it's gonna, and especially when I get messages on Instagram and after sessions, brings like more, it's super rewarding. Not the money. I don't care about the money, honestly. It's, even though it does already bring, you know, money and sometimes good ones, especially like business collaborations. But it was never about the money from the beginning. That's why it's exciting, you know, when you do something not, you understand, when you do something not for the sake of money, it feels different. It feels like there's something behind it. And you can, I was just actually about to make a post yesterday. I was thinking, because people ask me this a lot, why millionaires or billionaires still work? Do you know why? Why they have money, all the money in the world. Purpose. Do you know the story of Minecraft, the founder, the game, you know, he sold it for billions, right? The game. And then he went into depression. Why? He lost the purpose. He was building this company for years. He was like 24/7, like working. Then he lost the mission. It happens with lottery winners, right? They don't understand. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. That's why for me, even though it was hard, it has been hard, still hard, but like it makes sense, you know. I still, every day I show up, you know, to stories, to reels.
I think that's a really good place to stop this. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.